Hi, my name is Tyler Thiessen. I am a junior in sport management, and I have played basketball for 2 years. That's just a little bit about me. Um, this next year, I won't be playing basketball. I'll be trying to focus more on academics and just finishing out academically strong and maybe have some internship opportunities. Um, so, I also have 40 hours of shadowing experience in sport management. I shadowed a conference commissioner at a D3 NCAA D3 conference in Minneapolis, Minnesota last summer, and that gave me really good insight into what I want to do in my career. And so my idea here is collegiateinterns.com, helping you find future success. And so I have experience in this, and so kind of what I'm presenting here, a lot of the benefits that I talk about are very practical, and I have experience in those and can say that they really do have a lot of benefits if you have internships and shadowing opportunities. So our mission statement for collegiateinterns.com is that we exist to assist college students and career-changing employees to find internship and job shadowing opportunities in the collegiate sport management world. So first we focus on college students, but it is also applicable to career-changing employees, meaning employees that are wanting to get out of. So maybe they started in manufacturing, but now they're realizing that they want to work in sport management. This is a great tool for them to be able to find that career and kind of get started, get a foot in the door through internships or shadowing. And yeah, we focus on internships, but job shadowing is also very applicable. That's usually unpaid, less official, and usually shorter time period. So like a 40-hour shadowing opportunity like I did is a great way to get your foot in the door with networking and other great tools that it gives you. And it is in the collegiate sport management world. There's lots of different websites that might give you a broader scope, but I want this website to be very specific, and we'll talk more about those other websites and the benefits of that in a little bit. There is a great need for internships. A growing number of employees see their own internship program as an entry-level training position, so it is very important for us as future college graduates that we have our foot in the door and that we take those internship opportunities when we can, because we see that it's a growing trend outside of the sport world as well as in the sport world that employers like to use the internship program to kind of introduce an employee to the company and to kind of take them for a test ride and kind of give you a test ride to see if you would be a valuable employee or not. There are employers requiring practical work experience from college students. That's been something that has been on the rise, is that employers want practical work experience, and especially as a college athlete, as most of us are at Sterling College, we understand that practical work experience can be very hard to come by because we're very busy while we're in school, and even in the off season we're training and getting ready for more for our next season of athletics. And so that practical work experience can be very hard, and that's where getting an internship is very important, or just like I said, an unofficial shadowing is also very important to get that practical work experience and make yourself marketable. Employment opportunities are highly competitive due to the growing number of recent college graduates as well. It used to be that just getting a college degree would put you ahead of the pack, but nowadays there are a lot more college graduates entering the workforce, and that is not just having a degree is not always enough to make yourself a competitive graduate and get a job. And so having internships and having that practical work experience that we just talked about can definitely set you apart from a lot of other entry-level positions. The benefits of internships, it helps you to practically apply the skills you have been learning in classes. And like I said, I have 40 hours experience, which isn't much, but I can definitely tell you that these are great benefits. Even just through 1 year of college last year before I did an internship, I was able, or just a shadowing, I was able to see how those classes and what I had been learning was easily applied into the field. It helps you to develop soft skills. 57% of employers found soft skills more important according to LinkedIn.com. So that's soft skills are your management, the ability to work with other people, the ability to relate, and 57% of employers found that those are more important, and internships are great at helping you develop those soft skills. Sometimes they want you to work on stuff. Other times they just want to get to know you. They want to see how you interact with other people. And so internships are a great way to get that. It helps you to gain confidence. Like I said, practically speaking, I can say that I have a lot more confidence thanks to my internship, and confidence in knowing that what I'm learning is applicable, and also confidence in knowing that this is what I want to study and this is where I want to go with my career someday. That helps you to build motivation and solid work habits, so you're just able to be more motivated and understand what it looks like to work someday. It helps you to build your network. So like I said, my getting an opportunity with the conference commissioner was through networking, and now through him I've been able to use him as a networking tool into other schools or other places that I want to work possibly someday and get internships with, and he has been very helpful in that. According to State University of New York, there is a 1 in 16 chance of securing a job just by knowing someone. So just by knowing him, I used that 1 in 16 chance, and now by knowing him and he knows other people, I'm trying to use that chance again, and that is a very good chance, and you definitely want to take advantage of that when you can. It helps you to build your resume, so you can look more appealing to those employers when you have more experience, more hours on your resume, that they know that there will be less training, that you will have a better understanding of what is expected of you. And lastly, it helps you to learn how a professional workplace operates, kind of going back to that motivation, solid work habits. It helps you to learn what that looks like and what is expected once you get out into the working world. The fact that you probably don't get to wear sweatpants and that you have to be there every day is just a good habit to build, and kind of break those college habits, and you get to see, and you can get to do that earlier than when you graduate. This is a great quote from Monster.com. Figuring out what type of job you don't want while you are interning can help prevent you from accepting an ill-fitting job when you graduate. So that's a big part of internships, is that it not only helps you to see what you do want to do, it also helps you to see what you don't want to do. Sometimes it seems like people think that you just want to find a job, or that you want to see exactly what you want to do with your career through that internship, but sometimes it's better to just narrow it down and be able to say, I don't want to do that because of my experience through an internship. And so that's a great way to look at it. So what do the numbers say? 63% of students with a paid internship immediately receive a job following graduation. So that's obviously a paid internship, which are a little bit harder to get. You have to sometimes have some prior experience just to get that internship. But if you're able to get one of those, 63% of them receive a job following graduation, whether that be with that company, right, with that same company or organization, or with another organization in the field. And 28% saw better compensation if they did an internship compared to those who did not do internships. And so that's just a comparison. It didn't say if that was a paid internship or not. It just said that after graduation, they receive 28% higher pay, which is a huge difference when you're starting off, being able to make some money. There's some steps to find internships. You need to start early, identify interests, network, check online resources, attend career fairs, contact employers, and become an entrepreneur, as well as gaining experience as a new graduate. And so collegiateinterns.com would help to really assist students in a lot of those ways. It'll help them to start early and identify interests. It'll also help them to network and check online resources, and then they can easily contact employers and gain experience before they are a new graduate. And so that'll be huge. It'll just kind of combine all of those abilities and make it very easy for current college students to be ready to graduate and have a job. There are some other website options, as we mentioned earlier, but not with the same specificity or features as collegiateinterns.com will have. Workinsports.com is very general one, but it is helpful that it is specific to sport management. It's just that it is more focused on full-time or part-time jobs as a career instead of just internships. And so it can be helpful later on, but right away, it's just not very specific. It can be hard to find internships that actually work for you. Internships.com is very broad focus. It's not specific to sport, and sure, you can find sport internships through that, but they might not be as easy to find, and you have to dig through a lot more stuff to get there. ESPN internships is too specific in the sense that it's only for ESPN. It said that those jobs are only in New York or Connecticut and sometimes other places, but you have to be in a very specific area to get those, and they're very competitive, and they usually lead to ESPN rather than collegiate workplace jobs, whether in athletic departments or conference offices or coaching, wherever that might be. WorldEndeavors.com is a very worldwide type focus, and it's just a very general job and sometimes internship thing. It can be very hard to find exactly what you want there. InternMatch.com is once again very great internship opportunity website, but it is not specific to sport and can be hard to find good opportunities through that. The benefits of collegiateinterns.com. The basic structure would be that of most job search websites. You can have the ability to search in general regions or even to a specific city or state, whether that be Northeast, Midwest, Southeast, West Coast. It would be able to search that, or even just down to states such as Kansas, California, Colorado, and really get into where you, either where your home is or an area where you'd be interested in living someday. It would give the ability to narrow down to special interests such as management, operations, marketing, or etc., all within sport management. And so you could, maybe you thought, if you've taken classes at Sterling, maybe you thought sport law was really interesting. It would help you to find a possible internship within sport law, or that would deal heavily with that area of sport management. It will be focused on internships within the collegiate realm. So like I talked about earlier, it will be NCAA, NAIA, NCCAA, all focused on the collegiate realm. So there's those options, but it would be it'd be focused on those rather than going to professional sports or ESPN and CBS Sports. Those types of places wouldn't be in this website. It would just be for NCAA, NAIA, or NCCAA. The specific benefits of collegiateinterns.com is that it's a great tool for advisors or instructors to promote to their students. It would give the ability for advisors or instructors to communicate with employers before the student does. This way they can kind of filter out for the students before the students even get there to see what might be valuable to them. It would also give the great ability, just for them to be able to communicate that and to see what's going to be worth it. It would also give the ability for them to then recommend what's going to be best for the students. It is directed towards sport management, so it already narrows down the interest. As we talked about earlier, it's helpful for students to know their interest, to know what they want to do. And if they're interested in sport management, it already narrows down that interest, so it kind of weeds out the majority of businesses that way. It gives college students direct access to opportunities that are immediately available to them. So these aren't jobs that require a lot of hours or prior work experience. These are made with the expectation that you need to build hours and that you don't have any prior experience. And this is just kind of a test run for that student. It is specific to short-term shadowing or internships. So it's not, it is not going to even have a job on there. It's going to simply be internships and job shadowing. That way you don't even have to worry about knowing the difference. You can just get into something that you want to do. In conclusion, collegiateinterns.com has the potential to fundamentally change how sport management students find opportunities to gain practical experience in the field. This will set them up for success upon graduation and give them marketability over other students who did not take advantage of such a great tool. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I would love to see your questions and comments on what you think about my idea. Here are my references, just some different websites. Thanks for watching.